Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Introducing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed the Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vets over 60s 2025 championships with a little bit of over 70s in here as well. I'm John Van Ree. With me in the chat this evening, we have the one and only Zippy Zeal. How are you, Adrian?
Yeah, good, John. Yourself?
Yeah, I've been thrown under the bus by a few people this evening, but we've got a new server up and running, so apologies for all the ads thrown in the end there, just trying to do a bit of business.
I'm glad it's you, not me. I can tell you that much.
Look, I can't remember how many broadcasts I'm up to, but you just take it all in your stride these days.
Is it 7?
Yeah, 700.
Okay.
Anyways, let's...
7's always the answer.
Oh, yeah. Not enough numbers this week. Of course, if you are looking for a smaller number, we still have some available. Happy to give them away. Just going to quickly throw up the points because we are getting to the pointy end of this championship. Believe it or not.
Last race should be interesting.
It will be very interesting. I'm not 100% organised here myself, but...
That's all right. Just like to welcome Luke Allman, Ross Watson. We have got the artist formerly known as Frank Muggleton, Tim Lawson, Chris Beef PV. So welcome you all into the chat room.
Not too easy. So we've got the championship standings up. Greg Sharp has a commanding lead of about 30 points over Garry Buckland. So it's going to be on for young and old between them two. He cannot afford to make a mistake, Mr. Sharp. That'll open the door for Garry. Jim Caparonis is only 16 points behind Garry, and I'm hearing rumours he is quick around this place. Of course, Melbourne, the capital of Greece. Well, Greeks live in Melbourne and Athens, apparently. So Mr. Caparonis probably feeling right at home. Fourth in the championship, Pete Latham, followed by Ed Cullen, Phil Whiting, Anita Buckland and Phil Marsh sitting in eighth. Phil leading our over 70s at the moment. And then we've got Shane Patterson. And then we top that off with the one and only Dave Koroleff. Lost my Patterson, Toddy Duggan, Dave Logstar, Mike Koroleff, Mark Peck, and Lucas Burt. So definitely a bit of action going on in the background this evening. So just bear with us all as we try and get stuff sorted.
And that's Christopher Barrage is that name I couldn't pronounce. So welcome, Chris. It's interesting. Like I said, in practice times, I've seen Jimmy absolutely nail it, absolutely flying on this track, and he's loving it. He knows that at every corner, he knows there's a kebab shop. So he's absolutely flying. Shane Paddo's also done some nice times. He's done a 108.6 in practice that I've seen. So it should be very interesting. Garry Buckland and Greg Sharp, obviously the two front runners there. But look out for Jim, I reckon.
Yeah, always look out for Jim. Never rule him out. And always look out for the other man, the myth, the legend. And that, of course, is Alex Kiddis. We've seen how quick he can be. Looking forward to seeing where we can go with him as well. Right.
Yeah, and also is he going to do the team thing and try and help Garry move forward?
That is the $1 million question. Now, we're going to do two jobs at once here. I'm going to move graphics around on the screen. Let's have a look at this track map in a second. I do apologise. I lost my prep time. To Mr. Baxter. I got that up for you. Right, let's go have a look at the track map. Mr. Baxter should be A-OK. Let's move this one up into here. Very important. We'll talk about that name in a very brief second. And, of course, you start...
I need to be, Johnny.
I need to drop your channel, yep. We will do that right now. So we start on the start-finish straight, and I'm going to let Zippy talk everybody around this wonderful circuit.
Yeah, well, this is... obviously Sandown, popular with some, hated by others. Not one of my favourite tracks, but it's about an hour and 15 up the road from me, so it's not far as well. Going up from the main straight, getting into to turn 2, 3, and 4. It's that first corner you've got to hit it in third. You really got to be hard on the brakes to get it around without going off track, and then trying to avoid that ripple strip. If you hit that ripple strip and floor it, you will spin and hit the wall, although many have. Going through 2 and 3, I find this is the hardest part of the track. I to try and line it up just to get the curbs just a little bit on both sides, on the left and the right. and then hitting 4 in second, and then trying to put the power down without spinning the car and hitting that wall on the left-hand side. And then it's a little kink to the in through 5, and then taking a big breath and then getting all the way down to 6th. I like to do it in 4th, but some do it in 5th. Little chicane where you can really ride the sides. You don't have to stick to the black stuff. You can really ride the concrete there. Turning into 9, hard on the brakes, back into second, trying to ride the curb quite a bit there. There's a black stuff on the curb. You can hit it with your left-hand side. Little kink to the 10th, getting ready to 11th, and this is the hard part. This is where you lock up and you can turn the car sideways for over brake and trying to get just the right amount of curb on 11 and then coming around 12th and then flooring it. We're trying to get enough acceleration to go past 13 and through the start-finishing line.
It is an epic circuit, and as I did say 2 seconds ago, that I would talk about Winter, Dave Worrell. So from behalf of the league, I'd like to pass my condolences on to Dave, passing of his mother. Very tragic day for the Worrell family yesterday. And just want to let Dave know that the league and everybody in the league, racing and not racing, all thinking a bit of you, mate. And our prayers are with you and your family as we start to get these boys starting qualifying, I think. Adrian?
Yes, my condolences to you too, Gunther.
Right, I'm just waiting to see how these guys come out on track. I think Pete Baxter was going to advance the session.
Are they about to do qualifying or have they already done it?
No, they're about to, I believe. And just finding where someone is on track. So Phil Marsh is out there.
Do you know, on this day, Leighton Hewitt was born?
This day, Leighton Hewitt was born. There you go. I didn't know that.
No. And the Apple founder, Steve Jobs.
Jobs, he didn't know he was born here either.
Yeah, was born on this day, the 24th of February. And in deaths, going along with that side of things, the great Sir Don Bradman died on this day.
That is not great either, mate.
Oh, well, he's, national hero. And on this day, Muhammad Ali, alias Cassius Clay, became world champion for the first time when he beat Sonny Liston.
Get the feeling he was punching above his weight. As Caparonis has set a qualifying time and stopped and towed, so not sure what the go is there. But the race control picked that up.
How many laps are they allowed? 3?
3 laps, yeah. That's why it's
usually if you don't do a good one.
No, you can tow in quali. I'm getting confused. Too many series I'm involved with at the moment. Not to worry. So at the moment we have Alex Kiddis sitting on top of the podium with a 108.327. He's absolutely flying in his team livery. Representing, of course, the one and only Old Mates and Sons.
Well, wouldn't it be interesting if Alex and Garry get in front of
Sharpie?
Sharpie.
Absolutely wringing the neck out of it here. And let's quickly do a 1-2 click here. There we go. Fixed up the graphics. It says Old Mates and Sons now. Make me feel a bit better. He's absolutely honking it. And put up his sector times. So he's gone purple in that first sector.
Yeah, it's also another one of these tracks because it's so small. Yet we're finding in practice that the second lap seems to be your fastest.
Oh, that'll be tight for a 1X there. Used the whole curb and then some, and he's pulled it up. So I'd say he got the 1X coming down in the Dandenong. Let's jump on with the Pasta Master, Toddy Duggan. He is wringing the neck of this thing as Greg Sharp goes in with a 108.426 into P2.
Yeah, poor Duggan had a bad race last week. Let's hope for his sake and our sake that he has a much better one.
Of course, absolutely hoping we get Toddy Duggan on the podium this afternoon or this evening. Really would like to speak to the team boss over at Nova there and get his thoughts and opinions on the rumours that we all want to know the answers to. And that is Rob Baxter a Nova driver in season 23?
Well, you know that there's a seat vacant now with Sean Van der Meulen going over to RaceKraft.
I heard that he'd busted their salary cap, that they were making room for Baxter. And they got rid of Billy Mole as well.
Well, I heard that they weren't going to provide him with a trailer for his boats and his extra Rams and his Chevrolets and all that. So, yeah, so he's gone somewhere where there's bigger money.
A better, bigger boat. I'm beginning to see what Van der Meulen can do over there, partnering up with Ed Cullen. Plummer could always do with some good Ryobi tools.
Is Ed McCullen with the same team as Scott Gamble?
No, that's 951.
Well, then Sean Van der Meulen's joining 9-5.
9-5 as well. There we go. That'll be a good fit too. Congratulations on Macca. Comes to vets and poaches the drivers, take them bigger and better things. Hopefully you've got a program on for Sean where you're going to get him into Scops. Interesting to see how well he went over there. Looking forward to that. Well, Sean McNamara are busy at the moment doing all the back-end bookkeeping for Australian Sim Racing Group as they have the GT Series qualifying on this week. And of course,
it's interesting watching the split one guys in vets, and when they have their little webcam wall, some of them you wouldn't have pictured the face to the voice,
Some of them have got a head for radio, yeah. Is that what you're saying? You're not going to answer that, are you? Looks like everyone's just about got their times in. Going around the track.
Jimmy snuck up on the top.
Yep.
Greg Sharp in third. Garry Buckland in fifth.
Picked that with Caparona. So we said that.
Yeah, like I said, he's been flying on the track.
Like come down the Dandenong. He's home. He's home in Melbourne. Only thing missing in Melbourne, really, is a Chubby Buns outlet. Melbourne would be complete.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how far the vets guys would go just to go and get a discounted Chubby Buns burger, wouldn't it?
547 kilometres, yeah.
Yeah, well, Scott Gamble and I went all the way to William Creek just to have a beer.
Yeah, I'd go to William Creek to have a beer with Trev too.
Yeah, well, like I said, I went up. Oh yeah, he's very friendly.
Yeah. Of course, if anyone wants to go there, I know a company that flies people out there. Do an extensive five night, 6 day tour around the outback. Joy.
Yeah, we booked in the new holiday coming, the start of June, just after the end of next season, taking the wife up to Ningaloo to go and swim with the whale sharks.
Ah, nice. As it looks like everybody has finished their qualifying. Means we're getting to the pointy time. At the moment, Jim Caparonis sitting there with a 108.06. That is quick. That is very quick.
It's good seeing the players' profile pics there. I just have to say how good looking Shane Patterson is.
Patterson? Let's have a look. Where is Patterson? I think we've just broken my system. Oh, no, there it is. There, look at that head of hair. That is Patto, true and true.
That is Patto.
Hair groomed like Marty's. Two of them.
Licking his butt too much.
Like watching twins, Arnie and Danny DeVito, watching him walk down the beachfront at Foster. down the beachcombers for breakfast. Of course, we've got
Sexy as.
And of course, we've got Mark Peck out there. He had his birthday this week. So happy birthday, Mr.
Yeah,
Peck.
I did see that. 21st of February, Mark Peck's birthday in 1962.
Ed Cullen, who got kicked from the server and caused all the mayhem by having himself kicked from the server in practice. But we've managed to get another one up so he can race tonight. Of course,
Yeah.
we've got a blast.
You know, with Pecky, how it was his birthday, he shares the same birthday with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
There you go. And of course, there's another great looking lad, Luke Holland. Those haven't seen Dutchy for a while. He's still around. And Bruce McLeod.
So just a quick, I'm just kind of reporting from pit lane. What we're seeing is there's a different final drive in this setup tonight.
A different final drive? What do you mean?
Yes, so the diff ratio is a little bit shorter, so the cars are actually hitting the rev limit on the back straight.
Yes, I was aware of that. There was a change in the...
Just something I thought you'd like to be aware of in the commentary box from pit lane.
What's that one? Thank you very much. Our special pit reporter, Bruce McLeod.
And the other thing to be aware of is Ed was late for qualifying because he was rolling a pre-quali cigarette, so on his outlap. So.
I'll tell you what, V8 Supercars have the lovely Molly Taylor, but here at Vets Over 60s, we have the wonderful Bruce McLeod. Thank you for that insight there, Bruce.
No worries, I'll go back to my spotting duties, and I might join you later if something interesting happens.
No worries.
Bye.
There you go. There we go.
What's that famous saying in that? That's in that. There can only be one, or there.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. That's Mr. McLeod for you.
Yep. And of course, so expecting big things from Ed Cullen. They say preparation is everything. If he's already got one rolled up, that is pretty impressive.
And interesting too about the 21st of February when Pecky was born. You know, on that day, 21st of February. Do you know that Ronald Ryan was born that day? Do you know who Ronald Ryan is?
Nope.
He was the last man to be hung in Melbourne, in Australia.
There you go.
And in 1906, Bondi Beach Surf Living Club was formed.
Oh, so where do you go?
That's where he shares all his birthdays with.
Oh, he's a busy boy. And of course, these guys in their 5 minutes pre-warm-up. Great opportunity to get yourself out there, shake off those nerves, do a bit of a pre-start, see what else you can get going.
Did you also know that sloths are colourblind?
No, but it doesn't surprise me. Too lazy to see properly.
And butterflies taste food with their feet.
Taste food with their feet. Now that's just getting weird. And just about going to get going. 21 people out there in the chat putting up with this. I think the next question that Zippy's going to ask, I think we're going to leave it to everyone in the chat to answer. So ask him a question, Zippy. Give him something challenging.
Give them something challenging?
Yep.
I've seen the names, mate. They wouldn't even know what tomorrow's date is.
Oh, look at that. We've just gone from 21 to 1.
Okay, here we go. Okay, out there. What colour's brown bread?
I'm not going to answer that. So
I got a nasty letter about last week's broadcast from a Tasmanian, a 14-year-old girl from Tasmania. She said she was absolutely disgusted with some of the stuff that I said. Even her two kids said it too.
There we go. Luke Ullman, it's white. The date tomorrow is Tuesday. There you go, Luke all over it. He got done today. He's got the... Who's this? On with the one and only. Mike Coraliff at the moment. He's got the walking cane out again. And Definitely these guys are rolling around here in their warm-up.
So how are you finding the starts?
Chaos.
Yeah, it's not easy. Some of the guys have really grasped it. Some of them haven't. Sort of listening to some of the chat in Discord today about having to start in the wet weather. I just think you just put your foot on the brake and then lift your foot on the brake off the brake and hit the accelerator. But just like the old-fashioned starts.
It's not that hard. Just roll off the line. And Dave Baldock would like to know how many pit stops in this race, and does a toe count as a pit stop? Asking for an enemy.
Well, you know the rules on this stuff. I don't, but it would be just one stop, wouldn't it?
Yeah, one compulsory pit stop, and no, it doesn't count. And he knows the answer to that, you prick. What is going on here with SDKs? They're going to have some fun with us.
I wonder if Hoppy's going to be in Jimmy's ear tonight as crew chief.
Oh, I reckon he would be. I couldn't see how he wouldn't be. And see if that fixes this for us. Let's see if we can bring up. And it's not bringing that up. One here. That's when I thought it was all sorted. So we are a couple of minutes away from starting here, and we will see very shortly how Jim Caperonis can manage his start. That's going to be very important. That'll be the first talking point. Will we see Garry Buckland attack? That is the next strong point that I'm looking forward to seeing. And the other one is, will we see Alex Kidos get himself on the podium? As we're just waiting for Kidos and Caperonis to get on the grid. Just trying to sort out.
So it's a full field tonight, 15 cars from what I got told.
Yeah, that is correct. And bear with me as I go to option B.
I was Dave having a reference to you on Thursday night, is he?
Yeah. Showing the love, Dave. Showing the love. I don't know what the is going on now. There we go. Jim Caperonis on pole. Second is Alex Kidos sharing the front row. Greg Sharp on the second row with Todd Duggan. Garry Buckland from Old Mates lines up alongside Pete Latham. Fourth row is Pato from Nova alongside Mark Peck from M1 Racing. On the fifth row, Ed Cullen from Shadow lines up alongside Phil Whiting from Passion Sim Racing. On the sixth row, Mike Moses Corley from OSR lines up alongside PJM's Philip Marsh. And over the page, we go to the one and only Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons lining up alongside Dave Logsdale. Peter Baxter is our race control. Luke Holland is a ghost. Lucas Burt didn't set a quality time. He is racing. And Kevin O'Neill I've got set in there as our other race control / safety car. So no Dino tonight. That's, so we've got a safety car virgin. So hopefully we don't need him. But if we do, keep an eye out for the safety car. Try and pick a better
it'd
camera.
be interesting. We had that bet last week for that sixpence for the first lap crash. I obviously lost it, so we should double it for this one.
Yeah, we're about to go green here. What can Caperonis do? 3, 4, 5 lights.
Ready, green flag.
Lights are out. We are racing. And Duggan has gone nowhere. We've got a car sitting still on the grid. As we switch back, he's got himself going, but Caperonis will go into turn 1, Sharp up 1 spot, Kiddis down 1 spot. Mike Korolev up 6 spots. Moses has done it again, but he's gone backwards there. I think he's run wide. But it is Jim Caperonis leading out Sharp from Kiddis. Buckland sitting back in 4th. So if you're Sharp, you probably now just hock in, tuck in behind Caperonis already now. You got the single file happening. Shane Patterson has got himself rolling along. He's got the Marty livery on tonight. Looking good, Pato. Looking good.
Oh, Sharpie couldn't believe his eyes then, I reckon, to get past Kiddis.
Oh, yeah. Buckland in 6th, Korolev. So Korolev got that big jump, lost one spot early, but he is definitely going again. Pete Latham, he's tucked back there. He lost 2 spots. Duggan got himself going. Lucky not to be hit sitting there on the second row. Sure, he'll be fuming at the missed opportunity that he just had. And Marsh going into the lane up the back. So not sure what that is. And Peck as well. I don't recall seeing any contact between them two. So maybe that's an early strategy.
Very early. Some beautiful starts there. Some beautiful starts. Anita Buckland up 2. Lucas Bird already up 4. David Logsdale up 2. Mike Colin up 4. Ed Cullen up 3. Haddo up 2. And Garry Buckland 1. And Greg Sharp 1. So yes, only one or two losers there was Todd Duggan.
Absolutely. Todd would not be happy.
Oh, Jimmy's taken a bit of a break and Sharp's struggling to catch up to him.
Greg, of course, would know what he's got to do.
Yeah, what do you think he'd be thinking? He'd be thinking just consolidate, or would you think that he wants to go for this win?
I would probably say Greg would play the percentages and just consolidate. He'd be aware that he's got Buckland behind him. Mind you, he just set the fastest lap with a 108.317 versus a 108.404. But he's definitely would be consolidating, clean space, no cars to bump into. Focusing on entries and exits in the apex. Very smooth, precise driver is Greg. Been around iRacing for a long time.
Yeah, he's been around as long as I can remember, so yeah.
Former ERT driver, Greg Sharp. Not too many people probably remember those days.
ERT, I think, were you part of that artist formerly known as Frank Muggleton? I think you were part of ERT, weren't you?
No, never part of ERT. Only ever been a WK&P boy, mate.
No, I'm talking about the artist formerly known as Frank Muggleton out in the chat room. I think he was an ERT bloke.
Frank or giving to Josh?
No, Frank, but he probably had a different name then. He has a lot of different names.
Here we go. He's catching up. Tim Lawson wondering if Kiddis is going to get team orders.
I don't think it really matter if Greg finishes second.
Nah. I reckon he'd be happy tucked up behind Caperonis.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Frank Muggleton was for a season, then got sacked.
Got sacked. Got O'Brien. Of course, our championship leader in Split 1 is also a former ERT driver, Mr. Jordan Ross.
Yeah, I remember when they first formed, they poached all our drivers from, what was the name of our HTR, High Tech Racing? Frank Muggleton with Jeff Gauci.
Jeff Gauci, that's going way back. I was going to say Scott Gamble's ex-ERT as well. Definitely rolling them off the tongue tonight. But of course, Scott Gamble, Phil Whiting back here, he's having a bit of a look on Todd Duggan. Oh. Sean van der Meulen as a 951 boy. That'll be bloody good for him, I think. You'll expect to see Sean move up through the ranks a little bit. Of course, Sean McNamara, driving coach extraordinaire. Done a lot of kart coaching as well. The reigning champion of the Pro Series, of course, was coached by Sean back in the day.
Who was that?
Dylan Rudd.
Okay, yep. I used to know Paul Rudd. That's what, back in the days I used to race a Paul Rudd.
And of course, you start talking about the great coaches. That's an early stop. Duggan's in already. Start talking about the great coaches, the great recognisers of driving talent. Can't go past the PRA. And, of course, you can't go past Dave Baldock signing James Scott. And then you also can't go past Brady Myers as well.
Yeah, two good drivers. I remember when Scott first turned up, he was down, I think, he basically started around Div 3 and just set the world alight.
He did. Yes, Dave Baldock, driving coach extraordinaire.
Well, he would have been a lot younger then, and probably a lot taller.
Apparently PRA was run by a great bloke. If you want any stats or any car pictures, he's got them all.
Yeah, I remember when Angry Birds first started, when they joined up. Yep, they weren't one of the first teams, but they were pretty much in the ballpark. Were you around, John, when they first started doing the V8s in with co-drivers?
Nah.
It was so interesting. The first race was at Phillip Island. I think we had 5 drivers. Each team had about 4 or 5 drivers doing that. It was awesome. I was that scared that I was almost vomiting.
Some breaking news. Apparently the Camaros have got the Red Bull ring set up. Don't ask.
Yeah.
It's the problem when you got a jam service out in 2 seconds.
Here's an interesting fact, John. I think you wouldn't know. Do you know that bananas are actually berries, but strawberries are actually fruit?
That just all sounds like a fruit salad to me.
That's amazing. I never knew that.
Here we go. Someone reckons they heard that you were the 1993-1994 Blockbusters Video Games Champion of the Year.
Yeah, Super Mario.
To jump on Mr. Korolev. He has a hard-charging Pete Latham behind him.
Been pretty good, hasn't it? There's been no spins hitting the walls or anything like that.
Oh, at over 60, mate. They're all experienced drivers.
Oh, let's try and reminisce about the good old days. What do you reckon these guys would have on their cars? You know, like the little hand that comes out the side to stop.
To turn left and right.
Yeah.
Probably don't wear seatbelts either.
Well, they're probably not used to seatbelts. They probably, yeah. Well, I can remember my dad's car didn't have a back seatbelt.
The old days when you used to have to actually literally blow in the bag when you got pulled over.
It's only because their chips were hot.
And we have with us again our roving pit lane reporter, the one and only wonderful, sensational Bruce McLeod.
Don't know about that, but I'll take it. So we can confirm the Camaros are definitely on the Red Bull ring setup, which is why we were seeing the different. So the cars have a different final drive. So what you if you look at this battle right in front of us with Latham and Korolev, you'll see that coming out onto the back straight, Mike will get away significantly better than Pete does out of the corner because the cars are geared differently. So it's definitely going to have an impact on this race, I think.
It's interesting how it revs out though in 6th at the end of the straight when you think of the length of the straight up the hill and the speeds up the hill at Red Bull.
Yeah, because it's shorter stack. So if you go to like a blimp view and you watch these guys come out of the corner, you'll see Pete will be really right on Mike's butt on entry, and then coming out of the corner, Mike will just rip away from Pete coming out of the corner.
It's on me. I did.
It's interesting. Like, there's obviously not much difference in the lap times, but it's just interesting because the cars are always identical. And I was just reminiscing back in 1992, some of the best races I saw here was between Sierras and Commodores and GTRs that all had slightly different performance characteristics around the track. So I think it's going to make for good racing, and maybe it's something we can mix up in the future.
All I'm going to say to you Ford fans out there, here's your parody.
Yeah, there you go. So basically the Camaros will be stronger at some points and the Fords will be stronger at others. So yeah, it's interesting.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? You'd have a race and you get a choice of two diff ratios. Ford and Holden both have two separate ones.
Well, they have a choice, just they didn't make it.
And just in the chat, oh my God, that voice, come read me a book.
What voice?
He's definitely got a head for radio, I tell you, Bruce.
Thanks, buddy. And I'll leave you to it.
Alright, thanks, Bruce. Bruce McLeod, our roving pit porter. A sensational job. As is Pete Latham hunting down Mike Coroliff here.
But that'd be interesting, wouldn't it, if you know your diff ratio is slightly different. I don't know if they do, but knowing I can maybe catch him on this part and lose it on this part.
It is quite interesting, but unfortunately,
Shane Patterson and Ed Cullen are doing really well so far.
Yeah, great to see. Good little battle.
Shane's been playing with his pedals to try and set him up better than what he's had. I think he's moved house or something from what I'm gathering, but he's back into it again.
If you get a chance to go into pictures in Discord, someone has actually gotten an original photo of Zippy Zeal. I can confirm that is him. You want to hear?
I'm going to have a look at this one, is it? I'm in Discord.
In Discord, yeah. And Mark Peck still sitting in the pits, so not sure what's going on with Pecky. But I do have a fair idea. May involve the other half.
I don't have that mustache anymore, though.
I told you it was him. Hey, Coroliff Latham, let's go have a look further back. Lucas Burt, he's still running around out there for Old Mates and Sons, representing, of course, the Split 4 safety car. Has been a tough gig being the old safety car driver in Split 4 this season. Pecky is sitting in pit lane, Mr. Cross. Not sure what's going on. He's been there for 6 laps. Was just getting a feeling that someone at M1 may not have paid the fuel bill. Just waiting for Bruce McLeod to confirm that one or deny that one for us. Lucas, he's still going around. Dave Logsdale, 72 years of age, driving for Team AJR.
Yeah, he got upset with me too after the... he didn't care about the falling asleep at the wheel. He didn't care about the 12 goals in soccer, but he said that by the time he started the race, he was 72. By the time he finished the race, I said he was just about to turn 74. So I do apologise, David.
No, too worry about Davey. He's as sharp as they come. You say the wrong age, he's got you.
Yeah. Doesn't care about the insults, but just the age. If you get his age wrong, he gets it's just horrible. And with that British voice.
Oh yeah, the headmaster voice. Nita Buckland, she's sitting in 10th. She's up 3 spots out by herself. She's got plenty of traffic around her, plenty of gaps around her at the moment. Greg Sharp's in the lane. We might have some action. Could be an early stop. We're only on lap 15 or 45. I'm not sure what Sharpie's up to here.
Still very early, isn't it? Track that loves to burn the tyres.
Kiddis moves in the P2.
Now, I'll get a laugh out of this one, John, but you won't understand it. But Sharp's probably in the pits because he's got such a big lead in the championships that he's pulled in and do an engine rebuild because he's got that much time. Just wait for the chats.
As he comes back out, that was a lengthy stop. Though he was in the pits for 31 seconds. So he's going to just fuel save, manage it to the end. Just knows he's got to finish, really. 30-point lead in the championship. So Kiddis responds. He's into the lane. Caperonis, he's staying out. Of course, Caperonis would have more fuel than what you could fit on the Exxon Valdez. Of course, being coached by Hoffy, it'd be all about the fuel saving here. They would have worked out at this stage. You'd get home.
Wonder how many arguments they've had already. I was telling you, John, early on, how I sort of like to try and find out information about people, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to get some information on Phil Marsh, so I've messaged what I thought was his sister and also what I thought was his wife. But I got this message from Phil today saying, "What's this all about?" Sort of like, okay, I had to sort of explain myself, and he finished the conversation with FFS. So I do apologise, Phil, but I just got a couple of interesting facts about Phil. He was born on the 24th of November, the same date that Lee Harvey Oswald was shot, and the book Black Beauty was first published. Isn't that nice? Birthdays he has the same birthday as Ted Bundy, the American serial killer. I don't know if there's anything involved with that one. And going along last week with Garry Buckland's theme, he has the same, his birthday is on the same as the death of the amazing Freddie Mercury. And on the date, the 24th of November, on his birthday, Tasmania was discovered by Abel Tasman.
There you go. You have done your research again.
Yes, without asking it, we're getting anything from their family.
So Korolev's had a little off. Ooh, and slaps the wall. Let's widen through. No, Mike Korolev, you are not Simon Black. You can't rally cross. Well, for those who don't know, the Split 3 driver Simon Black, ex-sim racing rally car world champion.
Was he?
Yep. Talking with the other night, he's driven sim rallies against some pretty big names as well from the WRC. Nice one, Bulldog. Garry doing well. He's going to put the pressure going on. Whiting staying out. Of course, Phil Whiting running the Michael Schumacher helmet.
Michael Schumacher, eh? You either love him or hate him. He's one of those drivers.
Well, it was interesting this morning. There was something on socials that I typed into. They were talking about basically rating who's the best. And it was an interesting list that I came up with, and Number 1, of course, was Ayrton. Can't beat Ayrton. He's a tough one to beat. Number 2 was... Number 2, of course, was then Schumacher. You can't beat Shuey.
Yeah, I was more of a Prost fan those days.
Yeah, Prost, Prost, he's good. He was a very, very methodical, big thinker.
Yes, what was his, the professor or something?
Professor,
Yep,
the professor. Should see if I can find that list. Tell you what, get everyone in the chat if you're listening. Type in from 1 to 5 who you guys would rate. It's David Logstale's in a bit of trouble here. I'm not sure what he's done. Let's quickly go to the replay. No, it's coming out of the pits.
Oh, just a bit too much on the gas there. That's a horrible place to stop because you don't know. Oh, he's going to reverse back.
Yeah, it's going to be a smart move to get it out. Wait for everyone to go past.
And this is probably
no.
and this is probably David at the local shopping centre.
No. Oh, but he's about to hit someone then.
And he would just drive off not knowing that he hit anything, you know.
Yep. Jump on board with Pato. Pato under a bit of pressure. There's some names in the past. What about Nikita? Muggo? You got Maldonado, centre. Surely you got to throw Mazepan in there.
Oh, Mazepan's good for something, isn't it?
Oh, wasn't he a legend? Wasn't he a legend?
But I got introduced to Formula One with the great Alan Jones. That's who got me interested in watching it because he was an Australian.
It was the Mexican Grand Prix. Alan Jones was racing. I can't remember how old I was. I was in my early teens, I think. And we didn't get Channel 9 up here in Albury back in those days, but we were out at Denny for a wedding. And yeah, woke up in the morning and here it was, Grand Prix. It's like, whoa, what's this? This was cool. I think we might have a car stopped on track maybe. What's Whiting?
Oh, it was like Whiting.
Whiting. I reckon we might go in the safety car.
I can't imagine Whiting in the grass. You'd be more likely seeing him in the water.
We are under safety car. Standout, Schumacher, Mansell, Seaton and Worrell. Oh, jeez. You lost me at Mansell. Nigel was good, but he wasn't that good. Nigel, I think, was lucky to have been in the Williams in that era. So at least this is interesting. Sharpie went in for that early stop. He's got the jump on Caparonis.
Yeah, but Caparonis will have fresh tyres and knows he has the speed. But then again, it's a hard car to pass, this one, especially on a small little billy cart track like this.
Nelson Piquet, yeah, I did contemplate Piquet on my list. He was in that sort of battle for number 10. We had Fangio in there. It was just love the car, love the Williams. It was a special Williams, of course. He's on by Adrian Newey. What more can you expect? No, Hamilton's. Yeah, Hamilton was in the midst there, just above Alonso. I think Hamilton was number 3 or number 4 on my list.
You feel sorry for guys like Barrichello and all that because they have to race team rules.
I just laugh when you hear that a certain Ferrari driver still thinks he won a world championship and he's talking about taking it all to court after all these years.
Well, I guarantee you it won't be Schumacher because...
No, it's not Schumacher.
He won't be going to court.
I think Sebastian Vettel's won, though, 3-time world champion. Doesn't get much of a look in. I think Brabham made my list of top 10. Of course, being an Aussie probably gets one vote, but did go and build his own car. and campaign it to success.
I remember watching Alan Jones doing the V8s. I think he did a couple of stints at Bathurst, didn't he?
Yeah,
Co-driver?
did a season.
I think they had to design a new seat for him because he was that big.
I remember having a look at the Alcon Commodore and the roll cage in the Alcon Commodore's got, it's not a bend, but they've kinked it around. Here we go, Kevin's off. They kinked it around the back of the seat because they had to push the seat back to fit Stevie J in. So Stevie J's first supercar race, or first 3, I think it was, supercar race weekends, were actually in a Commodore, which was going very well until Ford got wind and weren't very happy and poo-pooed the idea. But the car still has the kink in the roll cage to accommodate the seat being further back. Sharpie has control of this race. Lap 21 of 45, and Sharpie is away. He's gone early. Webber, the great number 2, feisty. Tell you what, Webber, the great coach, to one young Oscar Piastri. You can see all the lessons learnt by Mark being passed on to him very quickly. Just going to check on Pato here.
Whoa, here we go.
Oh, who's that? That's Duggan. How did Duggan get there? Let's go to the replay. Was there contact?
On that ripple strip.
Yeah, and a little bit of more of a push from Anita. Thanks for coming.
She had nowhere to go there.
No, and I think Todd's in trouble.
I think there'll be another safety car.
Might be going again, I think. He's rolling. He's got that sports sedan look on the back of the car, though. That's Sharp. Under pressure from the Greek god himself, the Zeus of the V8 vets. Greg Sharp is being attacked here by Jim Caparonis. Well, it's only a couple of weeks away from it all kicking off at Melbourne for the F1.
Yes, I've been there once. Got a free ticket to go up one of the balconies up there, and free food and free beer, and watch the roulettes come over and all that. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've done it quite a few times. I think one of my highlights was a wet quali session. Shuey in the Ferrari when the Ferrari was hot, and just down at turn 12, listening to him brake later, accelerate earlier, and drive it harder through the corner than everyone else was just, yeah. The guy was a freak. Bit like Jim Caparonis here, he's keeping the pressure on. Rob Baxter says he contractually was not allowed a spot for Nova tonight.
Just to wait for that ink to dry.
I'm hearing that they're negotiating more dollars. I'm hearing now the Vandermeulen's left. They've got room, of course, for maybe one more.
If Sean's left, they've got room for 7 or 8 drivers. And the pay packet.
Time will tell. And working very hard here. Of course, you'd be a little bit worried.
Yeah,
you'd be a little bit worried now, I reckon, if you were Pete Baxter, knowing that Van Meulen's left as well, frees up room for Franco Colapinto to join the team. So maybe Baxter might be just going on a 5-race deal. Could be interesting.
Old Sharp, you'll be looking in his rear mirror now going, please, Jim, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Yes, please, Jim, don't go Greek, don't go Greek.
Did you know that Jimmy was born on the 28th of May?
Jimmy was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
This is a good reference for Jimmy, as we discussed last week in his interview. In 1928, on the 28th of May, Dodge and Chrysler merged.
There you go.
Shares a birthday with Kylie Minogue. And interesting, in 1952, he would have a lot of memory of this, especially with his mother. In 1952, women of Greece were allowed to vote.
There you go. And of course, just got to say that Greg Sharp would be feeling quite comfortable, I think, with Caperonis behind him.
Yeah,
being in the WK&P car. I think if it was Dave Baldock behind him, I think it'd be all panic. But with Caperonis, I think Sharp would be okay.
But he drives for SCR now.
Yeah. And I think you need to do a little bit of research.
He was original.
What's been going on in Split 4, where a certain WK&P team member has rear-ended another WK&P team member, not once but twice, doing significant damage both times.
I haven't heard that one yet, but was that on the broadcast for Friday night?
Yep. Jump on with Kiddis here. Kiddis has dropped back behind Buckland. He's protecting that gap.
And a couple other things about the 28th of May, John. Jeff Fennick was born on the 28th of May. John Fogarty, you'd know him, the 28th of May.
Yep.
And the two deaths that I found quite interesting was, especially for these blokes, was the Gary Coleman. You know Gary Coleman from Different Strokes?
Yep.
Yeah. What you talking about, Willis? He died on this date, 28th of May. And I don't know if you ever watched, one of my favourite shows was called Married with Children. And the dog Buck Bundy died on this day, 28th of May.
Not Buck.
A little buck, yep, big buck, a little buck.
Classic. Caperonis now's closed that gap a bit more.
Sticking tighter than a mayonnaise to a bun.
Or the special chubby sauce to a chubby bun.
Looks like they're coming up to lap cars.
Yeah, Lucas Burt just in front of them. Lap 28 of 45. Of course, next season we see the over 50s come into play. So, can confirm that it will kick off at round 2 of the season, which of course is the Bathurst round.
And I think you said there's about 90 drivers in that one.
Yeah. So
there's no one turning 60 next season.
Nope. No, they've already turned 60. So it is going to be round 1, which will be the 31st of March. And that will be the Bathurst round. And we're just going to quickly check in with our pit reporter. He's got some news. What's going on?
I've just been talking to the team strategists down at Shadow Racing, the attractive guy that he is, and he's been telling his drivers to try and look after the tyres because they've got a long way to go. He was told, "Shut up, we're having too much fun racing each other." So.
Oh.
So as much as we're trying to look after things down there, the boys are having lots of fun battling for P5 and 6 at the moment.
They've still been battling each other for many, many years.
Can neither confirm or deny whether if there will be a multi-21 situation for championship points. So,
Ooh, big call.
they haven't decided that yet, but it has been mentioned.
Pete just needs to give Ed the big bulldog shove.
Yeah, so it's interesting because Pete's been complaining here because Pete's got a new set of pedals on because John popped over. John Latham, split one driver, popped over and tweaked his rig, and Pete's like, I know it's going to be faster, but I can't drive it anymore. Ed can now confirm that Pete's brake pedal is working very well, and that excuse has to go in the bin. But the boys are having a lot of fun.
Good to see.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Now I've got to go and try to get some to keep it to the end. I think which I keep an eye on too. I keep an eye on Mike Korolev too, because you might see if there's a safety car, you might see him ducking in for some fresh shoes to have a bit of fun. But he's trying to chase down Mr. Pato at the moment.
He's 11 seconds behind him, so he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Well, boys, leave it to it.
No worries. Thank you, Mr. Bruce. All the news from down at Shadow and in the pit lane. So interesting in the background there, Patterson is catching these boys. See them up in front. Only got 15 laps to go. Not a long time around this place.
Just under 20 minutes, I'd say. 18, 19 minutes.
Too wide up front. Pete getting past Ed. What can Ed Cullen do? Can he come back? Or is this team orders because they're worried about Patterson?
Now, Pato's car looks awesome like that.
It does. Don't tell AJ.
Back in those days, Marty the Munster, wasn't it? There was like a kids cartoon show, Marty the Munster.
Don't remember that one.
Okay.
What will Pato do when he gets here? That is the $1 million question. You can see that gap is closing and closing fast. She's getting a lot more head roll here.
He's taking that in third and clicks into second, the last corner.
Yeah.
That's very nice control from Pato.
You can see why Baxter wants to get part of it, can't you? The smooth operator.
I think we all hope that Pato, gets his pedals, gets everything sorted, and really starts to move up that ladder.
Look, as I've said before, and I'll say again, he is one of the true gentlemen of the league, Pato. What you see is what you get. Had a great meal with him over at Foster. A few beers. Absolute legend and gentleman of the league, Pato. A lot of time for the old boy. And he's doing well here. He'd be happy with this.
Oh, he'd be loving it.
There we go, check on Garry. He hasn't got away from Kiddis. Kiddis is hanging on to him. This Caperonis only 3 seconds up the road. Sharp at this stage if he's starting to think, only got 12 laps to go. Just got to look after it.
That was a strategic swap. It wasn't a mistake, by the way.
Oh, we thought it was. We could see Pete getting very nervous with Pato coming. being very worried about being bitten by Marty.
Yeah, Pato's doing really well, actually.
He is. I'm just saying that. Looks like he's starting to get his pedals sorted.
He needs to do less well.
Yeah, he's done a lot of practice on this track so far.
Kid is putting a lot of pressure on Buckland now.
I think there's team rules there.
Be gunner, you reckon?
I think it's just, just stay behind me. Don't you dare get in front. The new kid on the team.
And Marshy back in the lane as well, so not sure what's happened there. On his way back out.
I think they're probably the big improvers as a team, the old mates and sons. So I think if you look at through the debts, everything like that, I think they're probably the big improvers.
Hmm. Well, Pato here. He's putting a lot of pressure on Mr. Ed. Oh.
I bet you Ed's not rolling a cigarette at the moment.
Oh, no. He's working very hard.
Probably had to switch to a tailor-made one.
We've got one of the dwarfs, Mr. Happy, on the back there. One of the things I love about this place, it shows how good the scan is. You can actually see the cracks in the road as you drive up here. Of course, we are in Victoria.
Lots of crackheads there.
Yep. In Victoria, where the roads are pretty woeful at the moment. So the question I've got is for everyone out in the chat. So we have Mr. Happy on Ed's car. What have we got on Bruce's?
It'd have to be Grumpy, wouldn't it?
It'd have to be. There we go. Bulldog's hearing rumours that the Baxter had a seat fitting in your car at AJR.
That I couldn't deny that because I missed a couple of days.
Bulldog kind of claim he damaged himself, not Tommy.
We're sort of waiting to see what Jeff Eddy does if he comes back from America because their daylight savings finishes. So the time change will be back and easier for him to race. But then if not, yeah, we will be looking for a split four driver.
The Baxter won't be split four, mate.
No, he'll be in 3, do you reckon?
He'll be in 3.
Under what name?
Under Rob.
Okay.
He's sitting 6th in the championship at the moment.
He has improved a hell of a lot this season. So yes, he probably deserves it.
Under the tutelage of Nova, so I'm told from his teammate. Hasn't been getting the pace at home. Had to go look for it elsewhere. I tell you, he's got the pace though. Alex Kiddis keeping Garry Buckland honest here.
It's very hard for Rob to compete with when he's got his brother's name out there. He's always playing the younger brother thing.
suppose the $1 million question is, does it become CX1? Or does Rob Baxter go looking for another home? Jump on board with Dave. What's he done here? I think he's hit that curb as well. No. He's gone deep and just spun it around, just clipped the wall. I think he'll get that going again. He's doing a bit of circle work in the grass.
Yes, we're trying new tyres out for this next season, so he's probably trying them out on this race.
So Muggo saying you're the only commentator wearing a suit to improve your audio?
I've got to do something. That's the only thing I don't do. I can't go back listening to this commentary because I hate my voice.
Pato has a look. What can Mr. Ed do?
Mr. Ed?
Goes left, goes right.
They're both pushing it pretty hard.
Alex past Garry. We've missed
No,
it.
no, he hasn't.
No.
He's still up there.
Still there. Alex has dropped back, if anything, by about 11 seconds. So not sure exactly what happened to Alex. I think he had a little bit of an off track, which I can show. So yeah, he did lose it a little bit. So he did get past and then blew it. That's a great thing to do in front of the boss.
Oh, do you think that he passed Garry and Garry's just threw out the electronic neutralizer and just killed his whole dashboard?
Ah, Garry would have been there. No, Alex, no, that's not right. Tell you what, Mr. Jim hanging on to the back here. And we better go back to live pictures too, just so everyone can have some telemetry. The lap's ticking down. Oh,
Garry's
Jim!
Oh!
That was a catch and a half.
That was like Greek Sunday down here at Rye, where they throw the cross off the pier and all the Greek kids jump in and try and get the cross first. That was probably Jim trying to catch that.
He definitely caught it.
But how good is Greg drove tonight? He's actually pulling away. I know Jim just did that mistake, but you know, considering Jim set a beautiful qualifying time, and yeah, Greg's got in front of him after the pits and the safety car and driven right away.
Done very well. It's going to go back, Mr. Patterson. Goes the dive at Dandenong. Doesn't make it stick. Throws a bit of debris on the track.
The dog needed to have a poo.
Looks like it. If the dog didn't, he did. He was thinking it's probably all over at that stage.
Look at the eyes of the dog. He's just seen that. He's like, what the hell's going on?
Don't let Marty confuse you. He's the chick magnet. Down at Beachcombers down on the beach at Tuncurry. Sorry, at Foster.
I wonder if Shane actually dresses the dog up in winter.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, I wouldn't either.
Team orders at AJR. Someone's asking the question there.
He's probably on his 15th beer by now, so I don't understand him. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Sharp He'd be pretty happy.
Ah,
Tough series.
yeah, like you said, though, they're having fun. They're having a blast.
Yeah. Started the series off stalling it on the grid at Belle Isle. How he didn't die that day, we do not know.
That was almost a slowdown then.
Almost. It comes over. Sheepdog over at WK&P. I know one team member will be having a sheepdog now to celebrate.
Is that another Kiwi reference?
No. It's a butterscotch whiskey reference.
Ah.
Been a long time between drinks for Greg Sharp, though. He'll be loving this. The field fairly well spread. We did have that safety car in the mid part of the race. Sharp had already pitted before that.
Yes, his tyres would be pretty sad by now, but yeah, we don't know if he's been cruising it or he's been hitting it really hard. But cars have had a great deal of attitude in the last couple of laps.
Let's hear the juicy gossip on who's changing teams for season 23. Already given that away, Muggo. Someone is leaving CX2. Believed to be heading to Nova. Has been rumours of a seat fitting at Team AJR. Can confirm WK&P turned him down. Rob Baxter is on the move. On the move to split 3. And on the move to a new team, or possibly a new team.
Well, yeah, one I've heard is Sean van der Meulen.
Yep.
I know that Jamie Peters has left Infinity and he's just going on to be a lone wolf. He wants to race his black car. Yeah, so well, that's probably the only ones I've heard.
Van der Meulen, the 951, that is a big signing for them. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Well, he's got a first of learning, Sean, and who better to teach him than Scott Gamble,
And
Sean McNamara, and Logan Barrett, who's leading the split 2 drivers at the moment.
Another XER2 driver. In fact, the only bloke I haven't heard called XERT is Brenton O'Brien. Interesting.
Brenton O'Brien was originally KRF, Kenny's Rural Fencing. Him and Jamie Peters were teammates.
There you go. And Greg Sharp on the last lap. This is the last time the Brisbane boy will go down in the Dandenong. Turns now, only 2 more corners to go. It's been a great series.
Better put it straight in the garage because by the time he gets out of
The wheels will be gone.
The big wheels will be gone yet.
Greg Sharp, you are the over 60s champion.
Well done, Greg.
Well done, Greg. Second home is Mr. Jim Caparonis, the man who will be second on the podium. A great drive from him. Garry Buckland brings it home in third. Congratulations, Gary. Alex Kiddis, he would have to be the rookie of the season, rookie drive of the season. Welcome to Vets, my friend. Pete Latham brings it home in front of Ed. I'm sure they'll be arguing over that for a while. Shane Patterson, the man, the myth, the legend, the owner of Marty. Let me rephrase that. Marty owns him. He has definitely got himself in there as well. Mike Corliff running running another Van Ree livery. I got no idea. I didn't look at it close enough. But he has done well. Anita Buckland, she's hoping not out of fuel here. She actually already crossed the line. She's done. That is everybody across and done and dusted. So that has been a great drive again from Greg. It's been a very interesting series. And as I was talking about, it's over 50s turns next season, where we will kick off on the 31st of March with a qualifying round at Bathurst. It will be basically a 2-hour open qualifying, 1 hour practice, 2-hour open qualifying session, split over 3 servers. And basically where you finish is going to be how the points will be ranked. So the top 50 guys will go through to round 2. And then on top of that, if you are the fastest man, you will score 200 points. If you are the 50th man, you will score the points you get for 50. No bonus points for fastest lap on that one, but we'll live with that. And then after that, we then go to mid-Ohio, Donington. We will then have a week off and finish the over 50 series off with Winton and Mosport. So
once again, when's the season start for over 50s? First race?
First round will be the 31st of March.
Okay. Yep. All right. We're looking forward to that. It's I'll obviously qualify. Are you qualifying?
Depends if one of the over 40s or over 60s step up to the broadcast.
There's an opportunity for someone out there to give it a go, like Luke Ormond.
I think Luke was looking at being RC, I think. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, Frank Muggleton, this is a chance for him to show his wit and his quick humour.
He's dug 80 well not to put that in the wall then.
But it just goes to show the over 60s how good the racing's been. And guys like Alex Kiddis, who's only new to it, and David Logsdale's only new to it, and they're all over 60 and over 70, that you're never too old to play, to join in and have a go at iRacing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we've got the man, the myth, the legend, the over 60 champion, the man who's going to sprout the golden banner, Mr. Greg Sharp. Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. It's about time I won something.
Big shoes at WK&P to fill with Blake Warboys, so you should be bloody proud of yourself winning something.
Yeah, no, I am pleased. Yeah, no, it's good. It was good fun. Thanks, guys, for putting it on. It was a great little extra series, and I had a good fun. I'll tell you what, old Jim, he was on me the whole night. I was trying to. I didn't really feel very comfortable in the car. I was locking fronts, I was locking rears, I was struggling to get the brake balance in the right spot, and it felt a bit sketchy coming into that corner at the end of the back straight after the left right sort of sweeper, or whatever you call it, the left right fast S. Then that corner after that, I felt that I almost ran wide and I almost lost the rears in that corner a couple of times. So I was just trying to be careful and just drive as fast as I had to.
Yeah, Greg, it's Sippy here. How you going, mate?
Hey.
Congratulations. That was a great drive.
Thank you.
We're sort of thinking you maybe came in a bit early there, but I think with the safety car coming out there, you got in front of Jim. It ended up being a fantastic move.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it. I knew, we only had 5 laps of fuel left, so, I could have gone 5 laps more at the most. I didn't think it would make a big difference to the tyres, and I thought, I thought I could probably undercut Jim, so which is what happened. But I tell you what, not by much though.
No, it wasn't by much. But and I remember listening to you in Discord, and you were looking for a team, and you've joined WK&P now. You haven't been there for too long. I suppose the biggest question everyone wants to know is why?
Oh, well, I was the team I was in prior to WK&P weren't really active in the V8 vets, so I was looking for a team that was active in vets, and yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, they're all a good bunch of guys, and we have a bit of a laugh after a race.
Except Bulldog.
Except Bulldog, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Goes without saying.
Well, it's obviously it's done you well. You're really improving in your driving, and I notice in your vets driving, you're doing really well as well.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. I've at the start of the season with the new car, I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble here. I wasn't doing very well at all. But I've sort of got my head around it, and yeah, last few races I've actually placed fairly well. So I'm doing not too badly in the championship at the moment.
No, you're doing really well. Like I said, you've sort of been mid-pace, but you've also got caught in a lot of incidents in the old Gen 2 days. Yeah, so and I know for that sort of fact that it does put you down a bit, and you need to find something to spook you up. And I think joining WK&P has been a great move for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good bunch of split one drivers we've got with Stoney and Dino. Dino is very quiet, like you. Greg goes about his business, and then does wonderful things and surprises you with liveries like we've got this season. Yeah, I think everybody in our team really works well together, and it's just a great vibe. And it's a pleasure having you with us, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you guys, get a room.
Pleasure being there.
Just remember, Greg, that something to think about tonight when you're snuggled up in bed and you're trying to hit the pillow is just remember that crocodiles cannot poke their tongue out.
Good to know.
Let's talk to the man that second in the championship, third this evening, Mr. Garry Buckland. Garry Buckland from Old Mates and Sons. How are you,
gentlemen?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. That was a really good race. I'm just totally involved in it once I'd fueled and just go. But
Alex pushed you. Alex was pushing you hard.
Yeah, he was. And then I thought, he's going to grab me. I'll let him have it because I'm not going to wear my tyres out too hard. But yeah, and then I saw he made a mistake. And
yeah, we were suggesting that you maybe tasered his car or something with, just to say, hang on, you can't pass the team boss.
No, nothing like it. I actually think Alex was muted during that session, so I couldn't talk to him.
Oh, it's even worse. Yeah.
Where normally, we would be
Gary's car.
chatting, but yeah, it didn't happen tonight. He was on a mission, I think.
No, he's definitely a driver to watch. He's next season, yeah, definitely a driver to watch for sure.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But it's not about him; it's about you, Garry. So let's talk more about you. So it was a great race. You've had a great season. Yeah. So did you totally enjoy it?
No, one of the best things I've done, I think, on a Monday night, or any night actually. Yeah, you guys have put on a fantastic show for us. It's just, it's a lot of racing every week, and yeah, I'm getting tired. But, yeah. We've had a fair bash at it, and mate, look, Greg's just too good for me. There was a few times there during the season where I was with him, I was on him, but not much I could do about it unless he made a mistake. And yeah, he didn't falter. He's done really well.
I was sort of saying in the broadcast that I think your team's probably been the big improvers as a team. All the splits with Alex doing well, yourself. You got Frank Muggleton as well, that new driver there, and so yeah, I sort of believe that your team's doing really well. So you must be really happy with the way the team's progressed this season.
Yeah, really, really happy. A couple of new members like Alex and Matt, but Michael seems to be getting his act together now and getting toward the front. Anita's getting quicker.
Oh yeah.
I think Daniel's struggling still a little bit with the Gen 3, but yeah, I like it. It's good.
I'll be interested to see how Daniel goes on this track on Thursday night, because last season he was that was the turn for him in Sandown, when I think he came second or something like that in the Gen 2. But yes,
Yes.
he is struggling in the Gen 3, and but no doubt with Daniel that it won't be long before he clicks.
Oh, he'll get it. That's for sure. I think he's got the flu this weekend, so
It's not good.
hopefully he's probably in bed watching because he won't be at work.
And
Well done, top drive for the season, and yeah. And do anyone you like to thank, which we didn't do to Greg?
Yeah, you guys, especially you guys, for the broadcast, the putting the show on. I mean, John didn't have to do this; he did it because he thought that it'd make a fun show. I'm sure. There's been some good racing, some clean racing. I've enjoyed myself really, really well, and I think that I'd like to thank Jamie for the setup, although we ran the Red Bull.
that's on me.
We won't tell anyone that, though, eh?
No.
Did we run the wrong setup, did we?
You're in the right setup in the Mustang.
Oh, okay. Was it just the
Yeah.
Must have been just the Camaro.
Yeah, we had parity tonight.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Just not quite what we practiced with. So yeah, that was a bit of a spike in the works, but all good. Yeah, thank the V8 veterans themselves for putting on over 40s.
I fixed this.
Well, over 40s as well, because
Yeah,
if it wasn't for over 40s, we wouldn't be here.
No, that's true.
So yeah, that's probably everyone.
So you haven't done any sponsors?
No, I don't think I will, bar
Yeah.
Chubby Buns and who else have we got?
RaceKraft.
From
Parramatta, Isuzu,
Nova, Parramatta, yeah.
Logitech,
Just
to name a few.
quite a few others, but yeah, I'm just
Ban the Blade.
tired and blown away by how much I've just put in. I'm
Too-
absolutely
Too much
choking.
information, Greg. Gary. Greg, you want to thank anyone? Because
We've still got Jimmy, mate. We've got Jim to talk to still.
yeah, but
go,
Yeah,
Jim.
Greg, get Greg out of the way. Yeah. No, we'll talk to Jim. Jim Caperonis, the man, the myth, the legend. Is it any truth to the rumour that there are more Greeks in Melbourne than there is in Athens, and they were all out cheering you on, and this is why you love racing at Sandown on a Melbourne circuit?
You know what? It may be true. It may be true. I've got no idea, buddy. I've only been to Melbourne 3 times, so I wouldn't have any idea.
yeah, top drive, Jim. Nice qualifying time and all that sort of stuff.
Thanks,
You
mate.
obviously got undercut there when the safety car came
Yeah.
out. So.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. But in saying that, it is what it is. Still enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. It was good. Greg's just too perfect. Like, he doesn't make mistakes. I was hoping for him to make one, but no, I ended up making him.
Yeah, we saw that. You slipped on a bit of chubby bun sauce there and nearly lost it.
I shouldn't have put it in the exhaust system. Anyway, it is what it is. Go.
Did you, when you go back and listen to the broadcast, did you know that in 1952 the women of Greece were allowed to vote?
There were?
That's
I had no idea, buddy. I've only been to Greece once, so I got no idea.
you could know.
I wouldn't have no idea.
And as I know that you're not a Valiant man, you're a Ford man, but in
Yes.
In 1928, Dodge and Chrysler merged.
Did Greeks own it?
No, it was America.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I wouldn't know that either. Thanks for the insight.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just the boys at SCR, and I just want to thank them for supporting me throughout this series, and yeah, it's been really good. I want to thank our team boss because he's been with me all step of the way, and unfortunately he's struggling with a shoulder injury at the moment. And yeah, but he's still on here helping me out, so I appreciate it. I just want to thank all of you guys. Yeah, in vets, you guys do so much, man. I tip my hat off to you guys. So congratulations to everybody and everybody racing in the series. It's been awesome. Thank you. I'm glad it's over. I'm exhausted and look forward to seeing the over 50s racing next one. Yeah, that'll be exciting. But yeah, thanks all of you guys.
Did you have Hoffy in your ear tonight?
Yeah, I had a whole well, a lot of the team were with me, having kept talking to me while we were racing. It was a lot of fun.
Was he on your right? Was he on your right shoulder or left shoulder?
Little Birdie's usually on my right shoulder, so yeah, he was on my right. Yeah.
You're another team now. With Hoffy, obviously the team boss, and that your team's growing and growing. You got how many drivers you got now?
I think we've got a total of 6 or 7 at the moment. Yeah, 7. I think we've got next season. We'll have 7, maybe 8, or who knows?
Sanderson's one of your teammates, is he?
Yes, he's doing exceptionally well.
Yeah, hasn't he? He's really jumped up from split 3 to now split 2, and he's right up there in split 2. So yeah.
I'm hoping he can make it up to split 1. Will be really good because he's on the rise. Put it that way. Hopefully this next season. If not, definitely he will be in the next season after that. He's still a little spring chicken compared to us. So hopefully he can go on and do some good things.
No, but even yourself, Jimmy, I've noticed in the last few weeks now that you're really starting to step up, and your times are getting faster and faster. And well, congratulations on your own driving.
Yeah, thanks, Zips. I'm trying my best, Unfortunately, I'm not naturally gifted, so I have to practice a lot. Unfortunately.
Any truth to the rumour that Rob Baxter came into SCR for a seat fitting?
Yeah. Apparently he wants to join our No. No, good old Rob. No, he's doing really well. No chance. He doesn't want to. He hasn't.
The way John's going, Rob Baxter's had to try it. Everyone's car, everyone's seat.
We take him. We take him. He's a great bloke. I'd be happy to take him. Actually, I wouldn't mind Peter coming over. You coming over, Peter?
I must stay purely independent for race control purposes. Rob doesn't, but I must.
I'll talk to you after this. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and congratulations to Greg, and Gary on finishing 1 and 2.
Yeah, no
well
worries.
done, gentlemen.
And Jimmy, last thing, who was your favourite character in Acropolis Now?
It's got to be Mimo.
It wasn't Effie?
No, I thought he would say Effie. No, Effie, she was funny. I've met Effie, and my cousin used to play in that show. She was she was only played a small part, but yeah, I got to meet them all. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm getting too off of that now.
Yep. It was a good show.
Very long time ago.
Yeah, we just watched the reruns.
Too easy. Before we, I must go to Greg now. You can do your shout outs, Greg. We'll get them out of the way.
Yep, I'll do it. Wodonga Carts and Parts, Crop Promotion Carts Australia, Stone Street Plumbing, Super Cheap Auto, Rebel Sports, BCF, MacPack, Pool Guys Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, War Boys Motorsport, Send It Don't Bend It, Amp Air, M1 Cars, and Pecky's Performance and Dyno Tune, and all you guys, everyone else involved in vets, all the major sponsors. It's been fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Well done. Yeah, well done, Greg.
Yeah.
Sorry, the guys in chat said you couldn't keep it under 30 seconds, and you just did. Well done.
I finished my coffee by the time he said that.
And as we wrap this up, of course, one thing we have done with this series has gone to the race control wrap-up. Mr. Baxter, over to you.
The easiest series in the world, the race control. I'm glad it's over, but I really didn't do anything. And that's proof tonight because my system crashed halfway through. I come back in and I went, oh, I've got to do a safety car. But no, like shout out to all the drivers. That was a really, really mature approach, and I wish we would like to see more of that in vets. The way that drivers approached, coordinated with each other for some things, and then just got on with the job and did the racing. It was really easy race control. So thanks to all the drivers for that. And John, Thanks to you, mate, for your double duties tonight. It was my fault kicking Ed Cullen out of the server quite early, and I know you're under a bit of stress to do the broadcast intro at the same time as raising a new session. But you come through with the goods, mate. So that's what makes you the legend you are in bets. So thank you very much. And well done.
How did the rookie safety car driver go?
Mate, he did his job. He got out there. He actually, halfway through the race, he learned how to turn iRace control on. I had to stop myself from laughing physically in front of everybody.
How did he turn it on? Rub the fly a couple of times?
No, he found the run switch. He's like, my iRace control it's not giving me any data. Have you switched it on, mate? Is it running? Is there a run switch? Yeah, top left. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Nice.
Kev's good guy. But and look, as far as safety car duties go, he did his job well tonight with the race, and but he learned a few things from a race intellect perspective and some race control things. So really
awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Absolutely love it. On behalf of the league, of course, we want to say a huge thank you to RaceKraft Simulations. Huge thank you to Chubby Buns. They've been with us for quite a few seasons now. And, of course, the drive of the day is a hotly contested competition. And that wouldn't be possible without Chubbies.
Love you guys.
Yeah. And Logitech G, Sud Speeds, Player One, LGC Images. Reggie Boy's moving house again for the third time in 18 months. But he still gets in and gets our graphics done. I don't know how he's firing a computer up at the moment to do it, but it's happening. Parramatta, Isuzu Utes, and of course West End Motor Group. They have been a staunch supporter of the league for many, many years. Nova Motorsports, and then of course SimSpeed Infinity and AJR, my other broadcasters, and of course our support for Bin the Blade for Balin as well are all critical. Want to say a huge thank you to the over 60s drivers. These boys put on a great show. And a huge thank you to everyone who's dropped in and out of the commentary box. Fish, yourself, Zippy, these boys have all done an awesome job as well. Keeping me company, keeping it entertaining for everybody out there. And of course, everybody out there that's been watching, I think we've had up to 30 to 40 watching at any time. Surprising how popular a series on a Monday night can be. And on that note, looking forward to some Monday nights off before we do it all again on the 31st of March for the over 50s. So, of course, these age championships, 5 rounds, all voluntary. Got a few guys putting hands up to do a few things. Looking for someone to broadcast, looking for someone to commentate. Got a couple of guys putting hands up for race control. It's all one of these ones we put on for free for the members. And it's one that I think is a great initiative. I know Greg and going to be run the Golden Banner quite proudly, I reckon, Greg.
What do I get? What do I get? A Golden Banner?
Yep, you get the Golden Window Banner. And of course, we're also going to hand one out to Phil Marsh as well for being the over 70s champion.
Well done.
Excellent.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, just on behalf of everyone, John, we'd like to thank you for, putting your time out to do this. Like everyone says, it's not easy, and it takes a lot of time. And I know that you could be sitting back at home, feet up, watching Married at First Sight, which is one of your favourite shows. But no, you're spending your time doing this, and thank you very much.
Huge thank you too to Darren Crosby, was the man who planted the seed for this. It was a an hour-long drive down from Foster to Newcastle talking to Cros, and he came up with this idea, which I think was a great concept, which has worked well. Anyway, see how it plays out for the next 2 age groups, but hopefully it can still be done in the same spirit the over 60s boys have done it in. That's the idea. On that note, we might wrap the broadcast up. Again, congratulations, Greg. Again, thank you, everybody. And we'll see everybody again on a Thursday night or Split 4 broadcast on a Friday. Thanks for watching.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Cool, thank you.
All right, everyone.
Introducing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed the Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.